Hi, just a quick view over the models that we've captured of the two warehouses at Port of Newcastle recently. So to begin with, we'll look at the Dyke Point building, and you can see all the details of the building and everything around it captured in situ with its location there. One thing just to note though is you do get this splotchiness or discoloration of the surface sometimes, so that's just based on the very white surface and photos exposing differently, so yeah, don't be too bothered by that. But if you're ever needing to see exactly what the surface looks like, just bring up the photo view, so you can see this little icon on the right. If we click that, the photo will drag out from the side, and that shows us the nearest matching photo to what we're looking at in the 3D view. You can press the space bar to show and hide that as well, and also get it from the features menu there. This exterior is in pretty good condition, so it's been reclad recently, so not too surprising there. Just a couple of things to note though. With the guttering, we've got a guttering down the full length of the northern side of the building, but looks like one of the downpipes is missing from the western end, so you can see the spreader at the bottom, and just zoom in a bit here, find the right photo. Yeah, you can see the spreader at the bottom and a hole in the gutter, but yeah, no downpipe joining those up. And then the other thing is, so that's the gutter on the north side of the upper roof, but there's no gutter on the southern side, so the rain's just dropping from the upper pitch to the lower pitch on the southern side of the roof, and then you'll see this patch here in the roof sheeting. So there's no problem with that. It all looks like it's in good condition, that patch, but just to note that yeah, it looks like it has been patched since the original cladding, or since the recladding has been done. On the other thing I just wanted to note about the guttering is there's a few patches where there's standing water. So it hadn't rained for some time before we did our inspection, but you can still see quite a bit of water in the gutters there. So obviously the downpipes aren't quite the lowest point, so yeah, that could lead to some issues over time. That's that one, and if we want to look over at the max steel, you can literally drag your way over there, or you can jump between sites through the navigation menu. So a few more issues with this building, but I don't think any surprises. It's just there's quite a bit of corrosion around it. So again, won't trust the model, but we'll have a look at the original photo, go along with that. And yeah, you can definitely pick out these patches of corroded sections, and you can see that lots of the roof sheeting and facade sheeting has been replaced at some point, so it's probably just an ongoing process of repairing that as needed. The one thing that's a little bit strange is the spacing between these buildings. It does get wider and narrower. That's not just the model, so again, just verify anything we see in the original photos. So you can see it getting wider there, and then narrower again at the other end. So just one of those quirks of old buildings, I guess. And then when we get down over here, you can see the safety tether, so that's where people are accessing the roof, I guess. You can see that the sheeting there is yeah, quite dented in from where people are stepping over. So possibly an access bracket or something to prevent damage would be a good idea there. The brickwork on the facade, it looks like there's been a repair fairly recently, but yeah, it's in, I mean, it doesn't look structurally problematic, but just not such a great job done of that. So compare it with the brickwork on the building next door, which is really nice and well rendered on top, and then this one is a bit of a mess, I guess, counting on nobody seeing that. And the rendering on top is pretty patchy there, so it'd actually be getting water ingress into the brickwork along this section. And then it does get better. At some point it changes, I guess, to a thicker or yeah, just better done concrete coping on top there, and then when it switches from the larger sections to the smaller peaks, you get some metal flashing on top of the coping there as well. So just to point out, there's sort of 3 different conditions of sealing of the top of that brick wall, and I know it's a heritage item, so that might be worth noting. The brickwork itself from the exterior looks really good. If we look around inside this little corner here, that's a bit of a mess. So there's a couple of heavily corroded sheets, and then this timber work. So this looks like this wouldn't be sealed to the elements, and we can actually see that if we jump inside to our internal model. So just get our bearings over in this corner. If we look up into there, you can actually see sunlight through various patches in that corner. So yeah, definitely not weatherproof there. Actually, I will just jump back into that interior view for a second. So when you first start looking at the interior view, it starts off at the front door, but then you can jump to this approximate or rough 3D view at any time to look around, and it's most useful for just navigating to different sections of it. So when you first start looking, it'll be like this at the front door, and you can click anywhere to move towards that point, but it is a little bit tedious if you want to jump from one side of the building to the other. So yeah, if you're going to make any larger movements, then possibly the best thing is just to jump out into the 3D view, and then move yourself around, and then you can zoom back in or just click wherever you want to look at to start looking around again. So yeah, pretty happy with the way that the internal coverage turned out, despite there being lots of gear inside. So yeah, hopefully that's a good method of just getting your bearings and being able to have that foundational layer to look around. You don't see any particular detail more than what you would see from standing on the ground in this view, but it is a good comprehensive capture of every inch inside the warehouse there. So yeah, hopefully the combination of that interior panorama view, the exterior models, as well as the full uploaded photo set that we've given you is everything you need to get those inspections and reports done. But yeah, keen to hear your feedback and let us know if there's anything we can do to help. Thanks, bye.